Hello friends, Beckley here. Thank you so much to everyone who has already subscribed. Your support keeps us going. If you love African folktale stories and life lessons, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Let's grow together. Thank you.
In a quiet African village called Umuoka, the nights were usually calm. Crickets sang softly. The moon shone gently over mud houses and tall palm trees. But one night, everything changed. At exactly midnight, a strange sound echoed through the village. Boom, boom, boom. It was not the sound of celebration. It was not joy. It sounded like crying. The mysterious drum. The villagers woke up frightened. Children clung to their mothers. Dogs hid under beds. Even the elders sat up in fear. The sound came from the village square. A drum sat there alone, no one was touching it. Yet it was beating by itself. Boom, boom, boom. And with every beat, it sounded sad, like it was in pain. From that night on, the drum cried every single night. Fear in the village. People stopped going out at night. Fires were put out early. Doors were locked tightly. Some villagers whispered, "Is greater than, it must be magic." Others said, "Is greater than, it is a warning." The elders gathered and decided, "Is greater than, no one must touch that drum." Anyone who tried to go near it felt dizzy, afraid, and weak. So the drum stayed there, crying, alone. The brave boy. But there was one boy in Umuoka who was different. His name was Obi. Obi was not the strongest, but he was curious and kind. One night, while everyone hid inside their homes, Obi stood quietly and listened. Instead of fear, he felt sadness. He whispered to himself, "Is greater than, that drum is not angry, it is hurt." That night, Obi made a decision. The midnight journey. When the village slept, Obi stepped outside. The moon followed him. The wind whispered. As he walked toward the village square, the drum grew louder. Boom, boom, boom. Obi's heart beat fast, but he did not stop. He stood before the drum and spoke softly. "Is greater than, why do you cry?" Suddenly, the drum stopped. Then a gentle voice whispered, "Is greater than I was stolen." The drum's story. The drum told Obi its story. Long ago, it belonged to an old drummer named Eze. Eze was poor, but his drum brought joy to weddings, festivals, and naming ceremonies. One day, rich men took the drum without paying him. Without his drum, Eze lost his voice, his joy, and his livelihood. The drum cried because it was taken away from its true owner. It cried for justice. The forgotten man. The next morning, Obi searched the village. Behind a broken hut, he found Eze weak, lonely, and forgotten. Obi bowed respectfully and said, "Is greater than, sir, your drum is crying." Tears filled the old man's eyes. Together, they walked to the village square. When Eze touched the drum, the crying stopped. The miracle. That night, something amazing happened. Rain fell gently for the first time in months. Crops stood tall again. Sickness left the village. The elders realized their mistake. They apologized to Eze and returned his honor. From that day on, the drum only played music, never tears. Ending. Obi became known as the boy who listened when others feared. And the village learned a powerful lesson. Moral. Truth may cry in silence, but it will always find a brave heart to listen. Thank you for listening to this African folktale. If you enjoyed the story, please like, share, and subscribe for more powerful stories and life lessons. This is Beckley Folktales. See you in the next story.